Let's start, though, at the Bernabeu, where it's been a dramatic Champions League quarter-final second leg. The final whistle has gone at the Bernabeu. Arsenal have added another goal. It's finished 5-1 on aggregate. The holders are out. Bothroyd is with us. What a night for Arsenal.
It's been a great game, I have to say. I'm buzzing with his performance tonight.
I mean, you look very relaxed, very relaxed.
I wasn't at the beginning, but I am now. It was a great performance. Arsenal completely dominated Real Madrid in their own backyard. All the players battled really hard. They were very organised, put in top performances. I have to say, Declan Rice, over both legs, he was colossal in that midfield. He really led by example. Saka scored a great goal. And then just at the end there, Martinelli topped it off with a great counter-attack. And it was Marino, who picked the ball up on the edge of the box. He's played a great through ball. The back line of Real Madrid couldn't step up because they're in their own half. And then Martinelli's used his speed, gone through, come across the defender and just slotted it, Henry-like finish to make it 5-1. I did say 5-1. And it was like easy work, really. They're the holders. We've beaten 5-1. It was really easy. They've had like 2 shots on target. You know, obviously they scored a goal, mistake by Saliba, but overall it was a great performance by Arsenal.
A momentous night for Arsenal, but also for Mikel Arteta as well, to essentially demolish the holders, Real Madrid.
And that's exactly what it was. It really was. They had no idea. It's not the Real Madrid I recognise. You know, when we think about the great Real Madrid sides, we think about Ronaldo, you know, Benzema, turning up, putting in big performances, scoring big goals when needed, like sort of Toni Kroos they needed tonight. Some invention, some imagination, some of them cute passes that they play. There was none of that tonight, none of that at all. And it was just, they was crossing the ball from deep. And I don't know what their game plan was, to be honest, because they were just putting like willy-nilly crosses in from deep, from wide. But there was no, you know, Mbappe, he's not an out-and-out striker. He doesn't fancy getting on the end of things. Arsenal defenders were happy with that. If you had said to the Arsenal defenders before this tie started, will you be happy just defending crosses? They would have been, yeah, no problem. It was a poor performance from Real Madrid tonight, and you know the fans were, you know, very frustrated. They were whistling, you know, towards the end of the first half. Obviously, Ancelotti's, you know, disappointed. But to say that that's the holders of Champions League and you've gone out by losing 5-1 is really poor tonight.
And Arsenal through to the semi-finals where they'll play Paris Saint-Germain. What chance Arsenal to get by them?
Again, another tough game. Paris Saint-Germain have got some really good young players, a very quick front line, a bit like Real Madrid's front line. But again, I think that Arsenal have the minerals to get this done because defensively, they're so well organised. Kiwior stepped in for Gabriel. If I'm honest, I thought that Real Madrid players might kind of, you know, try and hang around him because he hasn't played as much as, you know, other players have in this Arsenal squad. But he's come in and he's done really well. And then Timber's put in a solid performance. I feel like, and I said this at the beginning of the season, if Arsenal are going to win a title, when I say title, I mean like the league or the Champions League, it's going to be because of the defence. Arsenal's defence is one of the best in the world. They're very solid, they're very good in one-on-one situations, and that's what you need in this day and age, in this kind of game. So I feel like they can deal with Paris Saint-Germain's threats as well. And
tell us more about Declan Rice's performance tonight, out of this world, and particularly up against Jude Bellingham as well. Those two had a right fight tonight. Yeah,
they had a few arguments on the pitch as well. I mean, that goes to show you, you know, when you're playing against another team, whether it's your friend or not, you've got no friends in football when it comes to you playing against your mate. And that's what he's done tonight. He's put in a very mature performance. I always say with Declan Rice, you know, he's not wearing the captain's armband, but he's the leader in that side. He leads by example. He demands off all of his players. I mean, just there at the end, Partey got a yellow card, which was poor from him, really. He got involved with something with Rudiger that he didn't need to. And Declan Rice is having a go at it and saying, what are you doing? You don't need to get involved in that silliness. And that's what captains do. And he's done that over 2 legs. He's been colossal in that midfield. And Partey was, to be fair to him, he kept Bellingham quiet. I didn't even see Bellingham like most of the game. But again, it's not just those 2 players. Everyone played their part tonight. Martinelli finished it off with a great goal as well.
And what about the resilience of Bukayo Saka? Whenever something goes wrong for him, he's always able to come back strong. The penalty, look, I mean, it was shocking.
Yeah.
But to come back and the finish for his goal was outstanding. What about his resilience tonight?
Exactly, and that's what we've seen from... People forget that Saka's so young still. But from when he came into this Arsenal first team, he's had a lot of knockbacks, club and country, but he always rises to the occasion. Tonight, he had a big moment early on in the game and he fluffed his penalty. He made the wrong decision. Instead of like just, hitting the corners like he normally would, like he has done. That's the first time I've seen him trying to dink the ball. And he made a mistake. And it could have cost Arsenal, but he got himself back on track. He went in at half-time. I'm sure Arteta would have said to him, listen, don't worry about that. It's gone. We're still winning. And he's come out in the second half. And it was a great goal. He actually started the move. He received the ball in a wide area, and they start passing it across. And his movement was all the way across the line until he arrived in the middle of the pitch, made a great curved run, and then Martinelli found him, and it was a great dink over Courtois. Courtois, 6'7". The fact that he's showed that much composure with that chance, he was so clinical, dinked it over him. After he's missed a dink down the middle, a penalty, it was a great overall performance. It was a great finish from him. But again, I have to give full credit to Arteta and for the performance that Arsenal have put on in these two games.
And the last time Arsenal beat Real Madrid over 2 legs in the Champions League, they reached the final. First Champions League semi-final now since 2009. I mean,
it was a long time ago.
if Arteta is able to mastermind this, I mean, it will obviously be a magnificent achievement to get to the final.
Yeah.
But can they win it? Can they go on and win it? I know we talked about PSG as the next challenge, but you're looking at Barcelona, who are a fantastic outfit and a great team. Everyone saw PSG and thought they were great, but then maybe against Villa, not so good. But are Arsenal the best team left in it now?
I would think they're favourites going forward. I feel like when you play in these competitions, in any big games, I always say, attackers score goals, win games, but defences win titles. And I feel like when you look at Arsenal's defence, I think they have the best defence of the teams left in this competition. So I feel like they can go and win it. There are some top players they're going to be playing against. There are some top sides they're going to be playing against. But tonight, I've looked at a Real Madrid side that they have an abundance of great individuals, but they didn't play as a team. And that's what Arsenal have. They might not have better individuals than Real Madrid players, but they play better as a team. They know what's expected of them. They got team spirit. I didn't see that from Real Madrid. I see that from Arsenal in both games. And Arsenal can go and do this against other sides. I really believe that they are capable to go and turn teams over.
Yeah, well, Jay, thanks very much for your time tonight. Magnificent.
I've enjoyed it. I'll be honest with you. I was nervous at the beginning, but I'm going home a happy man.
You had your hands behind your head. You were that relaxed.
I know I was very relaxed at the end. I wasn't at the beginning, but I am at the end.
Brilliant. Jay Bothroyd with us. Arsenal through to the Champions League semi-finals, demolishing Real Madrid. The holders are out. We'll have more reaction and analysis on back pages tonight at 10:30.